When David sent me his book, World Wide Rave, in May, he added a small note. How will you create a World Wide Rave? It's also the title of his challenge on page 183, once you come to the end of the book. I must confess, I was not able to read the book right away due to other commitments. But once I did, I, without a shadow of a doubt, thought of giving it to my employees to have a glance at David's technique of creating triggers. I was eager to have a video out of what my employees thought of the book. So I decided to break up the book into parts and gave 6 of them different sections to read. So in 6 days, the 6 employees read the 6 parts, and adding each of their reviews together made it into a complete book review. So take a look at each of the guys and girls giving their thoughts on the parts they read. Are you convinced about joining the World Wide Rave to create triggers to get millions of people to spread their ideas and share your stories? Enjoy the videos.
Think about when you are at the sport event or concert in the large stadium, and suddenly somebody starts maximum like this, and but at the finally everybody, that means the audience participates at that event. World Wide Rave is similar concept to this. World Wide Rave is people around the world are talking about you, talking about your products, talking about your company, and anyone with thoughtful ideas to share and clever ways to create interest in them can become success and famous on the web. In the first chapter, author has introduced very important 6 basic factors. And finally, I think this book has a lot of examples and stories about the World Wide Rave through this book, and I think you would be able to gain a lot of knowledge and much more idea about the World Wide Rave through this book.
Basically, a World Wide Rave is about reaching your buyer personas. That means people who are interested in your products and sales. It might be a market of just 10 people or 10 million, but the size of the market is not a matter. This is when people are spreading your ideas online, that is the best endorsement, proven and practical way to increase your sales and sales, fame and fortune. That is the basic idea which is used in this book, World Wide Rave by Mr. David Meerman Scott. People want to business with people. When you create a content, especially for your buyer personas, you build a relationship with people even before you have met them. So there are a lot of interesting examples about business people in this book who use World Wide Raves and become successful. So finally, there is no secret about creating World Wide Rave. Start by understanding your buyer personas and just use a lot of these social networking tools. It might be take a bit of time, but you will end up with results.
In his book, he explained about how to generate a worldwide rave. YouTube is a good opportunity for create a worldwide rave, really. In here, he has described in a good way of how to create a video on YouTube. It is just fine. Use digital cam to shoot it and don't want to bother about the quality too much. And it should be no longer than 3 minutes. Otherwise, it is better to create a series of videos by dividing into small parts. Another thing is creating a text blur meeting. It will add more value to your video. Well, then finally, tell everyone about your video. Create links to the video and mention the video in emails, offline newsletters like things. So feel free to experiment and generate it. So have a look at this book and see the different ways to create your own World Wide Rave.
There are several ways to create a World Wide Wave. One way is use a social network like Facebook or Twitter. He explains several examples of using Facebook groups and Facebook applications for advertising. One example of such group is called 6 Degrees of Separation, which is started by Steve Jackson for his newest novel. Another example is using Facebook by Emil Nerinder for support a junior soccer team. Then he introduced another idea called World Wide Run, which means spreading negative ideas about you or your company. In this book, he explains some experiences that enforced to prevent World Wide Run by participating online discussions. Example for using Facebook applications is cities I visited from TripAdvisor. Similar to Facebook, another great way to trigger World Wide Rave is using Twitter. Then he points the similarities of creating World Wide Rave and applying a venture capital. Other than Facebook and Twitter, also there are other examples of World Wide Rave triggered by online contents such as HubSpot and thehairstyler.com.
The interesting thing about the World Wide Rave is that you can spread your products online. People will use them and share ideas about them online. And using your customers to talk about your products is the best way of marketing them, because customers will like to hear from the people like them. Also, if you want to attract more and more visitors to your website, you have to add valuable and useful content to your website. In this book, there are lots of real-world examples which explains the power of the World Wide Raves. So, the chapter I have read clearly explained about creating virtual events and getting people together to create World Wide Raves. So, if you want to be successful in this competitive marketing world, do something differently than everyone else. Thank you.
Most of the time, negative ideas make more clicks than positive. The negative can trigger a worldwide rave. A worldwide rave should have great content, so you have to think like a venture capitalist at the same time as a journalist. It's not about your product. It's about how you deliver great information that people pay attention to share with others. Ebooks are really good to share in the worldwide rave. And think how unique you are. Focus on your buyer persons and how you can solve problems for them. This book reveals about how you can create a worldwide rave. Use a web analytical software that can measure the traffic on your site and create profiles in Facebook, Twitter, like social media. And also think about how your organization can work with bloggers. And an interactive tool is the perfect device which can be used to generate a worldwide rave. Publish proprietary data and metrics you have for free to generate a worldwide rave. Take a look at your site and find a link which you can flip around. So, stop making excuses, go out and create something. So in the conclusion, we highly recommend this book for creating a worldwide rave because it really works.